March Madness is officially underway. The first games of the first round tipped off moments ago.
Kentucky fans have to wait until tomorrow night to watch the Cats start their run for a 9th national championship. WKYT's Amber Philpott and Lee K. Howard are in Greensboro getting us ready for game day in our all-blue coverage.
Well, good afternoon to you. The road starts here for the Wildcats as they make their march to Houston in search of another national title. It gets underway here tomorrow night at the Greensboro Coliseum. And Lee K, this is always exciting, but it is called March Madness for a reason.
It is March Madness, and this is kind of a new experience for this team. Greensboro, the Cats have played just 4 games in their history in the city of Greensboro, but this is the first time they've ever played an NCAA tournament game in Greensboro. Here's some good news, though. Kentucky is 6-1 all time. In the Tar Heel State in the NCAA tournament. Now, it's been a while. 1993 was the last time they played an NCAA tournament game in this state because, let's be honest, Duke or North Carolina usually get this site.
I like the odds, though, there with those numbers. All right, before we talk a little more basketball, we want to talk about the trip down because we know a lot of you at home may be making the drive down. It isn't easy, about 6.5-hour drive, but let us warn you because we both got stuck in it yesterday. We came the West Virginia route, and there is quite a bit of construction around the Charleston area that will put you at a stop, so just put that into your plans. But not a lot of folks in town just yet. We expect with that game being tomorrow night, Lee K, that a lot of folks will start to make their way here tomorrow.
People will start coming, and yes, they are redoing just about every bridge along West Virginia's highways. So yes, allow yourself some extra time. But I definitely expect the fans to start coming in tomorrow night, getting ready for this game on Friday night against Providence. This should be a really, really good one.
And today we're going to get to see those Cats and Providence, both of them on the floor. We're going to get to hear from the team and the coaches today as well.
That's right. We're going to hear from the Wildcats, and hopefully we're going to hear from Bryce Hopkins of Providence as well. He seems to be the main storyline going into this game. Of course, a former Kentucky Wildcat decided to transfer after last season to have some more opportunity, and he has certainly found all the opportunity he could want this year for the Friars, averaging a team best 16 points per game. He is going to be a good matchup for Jacob Toppin. 2 guys who were buddies last year at Kentucky, now will go face-to-face tomorrow
I love
night.
the storylines. Well, as the sign outside reads, it's tournament town here in Greensboro. Of course, as we said, we haven't seen any fans in town just yet. Today is a chance, though, for those living locally who bleed blue. And there are some here in North Carolina country who will be able to see their Cats up close and personal for free during open practice, of course, with that game being at 7 tomorrow night. Most folks probably making that trip down tomorrow, planning to stay all weekend with their Cats. That game at 7:10. We will be here with you this afternoon, so we hope you'll tune in. And, of course, we'll be here tomorrow to get you ready for that game.
Should be a good game. Watch the traffic. That's my best advice.
Yes, that is the story from here in Greensboro. Back to you.
All right, coming up at 1 o'clock, we're going to get you ready for the tournament as our all-blue coverage continues. That'll be on the CW Lexington. And you can see the Cats take on Providence tomorrow night at 7:10. We'll have the game on WKYT.